Hello, everyone. Is it working? What's up? What's going on, guys? Mmm. Coffee's good, everyone. Merry Christmas. How you guys all doing? What's going on today? The first thing I see is from Indirect Soder, who's mad that I'm not here. Oh. Merry Christmas, Dev. That's me. What's going on, guys? Mm. Oh, 500 bits over on Twitch from Ticonderoga. Merry Christmas, Dev. Thank you very much. Dev, you missed my very first super chat addressed to you on Arch's podcast yesterday. You literally hopped off and you read the chat literally 30 seconds later. Well, what did it say? Actually, wait, you didn't pay me. Frosty the Snowman. There, I sung for you. What's up, guys? How has your year been, fellas? How has your year been? Oh, God. Stretching again. Happy Kwanzaa. Is Kwanzaa a real thing? I thought that was just like something they pulled out for Seinfeld, and that was it. You didn't read my super chat. Well, here, Miss Sparkles, you post your super chat again too, and I'll read it. Been a really good year, kinda, at least for me. $10 from Joel Sallier. Thank you. Dev, I passionately disagree all the time and often find you brilliantly insightful the rest of the time. Have a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Thanks very much, Joel. Very appreciated. Yes, Dracus, I have told the D&D group about the Nightshade update. Sargon has completely 100% gotten on board with it because he doesn't like the idea of me poisoning a skeleton. And I'm just like, no, wait, this is weaker. No. C. Thomas, $2. Happy Fatmas. I guess that's me. Dev never reads DMs. That's fucking bullshit, dude. I have been chewing through DMs real slowly. Decking Dev's walls with Holly specifically has gifted $5 club memberships. Thanks, man. Thanks. So, how are you guys all doing? I mean, I know today is Christmas Eve, so like, I expect there to be less viewers than normal. It is, this is the time when everyone's going off to do their own thing, right? This is the time when people are going to go and go celebrate for Christmas. What are you guys all doing for your celebrations? After the stream, I'm going to be getting out of here. In fact, Merry Christmas, you dirty Canuck. Thanks, Dr. Diddler. After the stream, I'm going to be getting out of here. I'm going to go for Christmas stuff as well. I do have some videos planned over the course of the time while I'm gone. You know what I mean? So I'll be gone maybe, let's see, almost a week, to be honest. I'm going on a long Christmas sojourner. But I do have some videos planned to go up while I'm gone. And also, guys, Dave will be back on Wednesday, and I think he'll be streaming without me. So Dave will return. And if you want to see more Dave solo streams or Dave and Dom streams, you can go see that. But you won't see me. I've made some videos to come out over the course of while I'm gone, but you won't see me on a stream, I think, until next week's SIP. I think. Holsteiner, $5. Hey, Dev, Merry Christmas. Also, you should steal the armor and then fence it for money instead of wearing it to appease the rest of the party. I might just save up for it because we do get a fair amount of gold for like each fight. Like we get handed like 150 gold, 200 gold for like doing some of these things. So You know, a few missions in, I could probably afford a 2,000 gold piece of armor. Maybe we'll see. Holtznader, $2. Did you see the prank video I sent you? No, I did not. I'll have to see it later. Dr. Diddler, $2. The last super would not go with the word Canadian. Yeah. Dev, when are you leaving the hellhole, which is Canada? I don't have the money. It's simple as that. Thanks for joining the $5 club, Simulationista. Oh, okay. Now, someone did send me a package for Christmas, I assume. Is there just one, or is there more than one? Let's see. I think there's just one. What's this? What is this random? Okay. I have a mess here right now, guys. I'm just like looking at a bunch of junk sitting around. Okay. Here's the package. Is something wrong with my new chair? Hold on. Is something? Don't you fucking dare tell me. Hold on. No, actually, I think it's fine. I think it's fine. I think I'm just getting fucking paranoid about chairs. Okay. Okay. Huh. You're sitting on it, Dev. That's the problem. Have some kind of lump. Yeah, there was a lump, but I exchanged it. Wait. I am starting a club for middle-aged women to gather and find younger men to take home and make love to in front of their husbands. I'll call it the Cougar Cucks Club. Come here, Dev. No, don't do it. Okay. What did I get sent? Here we go. An excellent reference for the life cycle of socialist countries and known leftists who supported them before they weren't real socialism. Enjoy from Dr. Diddler. Thanks very much, Dr. Diddler. What is this called? Socialism, the failed idea that never dies. It's a book by Christian Niemitz. Cool. Socialism is strangely impervious to refutation by real-world experience. Yeah, the claim of fake socialism is only ever made after the event. As long as a socialist project is in its prime, almost no one claims it's not real socialism. That's true. Yeah. Like everyone thought that the October 7th attack in Israel was like a real revolution, and now everyone's like massively disavowing their own fucking words from 2 months ago. Well, thanks very much for the book. Very appreciated, dude. Also, listen. Get your coffees ready. Christian Niemitz is really good. Oh, cool. That's neat. Listen, so I should probably, rather than arguing with chat for half an hour over things that I'm correct on and you guys will never admit it, I should get right to the articles because Naomi's basically waiting for me to do this stream so we can get going and go visit family. So I should probably get to it, eh? Listen. Here's the P.O. box address. If you want to mail me things, package it up, send it off to that address. Moreover, if you want to support me, please consider doing so. Super chats are always appreciated. That's what keeps this channel going. Moreover, If you have if you support through Patreon, Subscribestar, the YouTube memberships button, or the Twitch sub button, you can get yourself into the D Club and Discord. Also, you have to understand something else, friends. If you have Amazon Prime, you get a free Prime sub. You should send it my way. It already comes with your Amazon Prime, so why not? And also, this is around the time of the month that everyone's subs start falling off, so please consider resubbing. I would appreciate it. Who do I fucking Mass Effect? I mod the game so I can do a lesbian relationship with Tali. Why is your volume so low? I don't fucking know. Like, okay, hold on. Okay, how's that? I turned myself up a little bit. Do I sound better now? Is that good? The thing is, like, when I turn myself up, actually, you know what I'll do? Maybe I'll do some tests on this, you know? You guys want me to do like an audio test stream? Maybe I should. Okay. I'll send packages from me to that address. Merry Christmas, you degenerates. Thanks, Ducking Devs Walls. Is that better? Okay, hold on. I'm going to activate the old stream. Hold on. I'm listening to myself in the stream. So the issue ultimately that I found, Segertha, thanks for the 5 gifted subs, man. Very appreciated. Okay, you made the audio worse because we can still fuck off. Okay, listen. When I turn it up from this point, can I find the point? Hold on. So, okay, hold on. God damn it! I fucking hate new Windows. Just give me what I want. Just give me what I want. Fucking open sound settings doesn't do fucking anything. Oh my god, after like, okay, they have like their own set of fucking tools. And you just give me the basic Windows shit from Control Panel. You could usually access it real easy, and I gotta go fucking digging for it. Because fuck Microsoft. Okay, sound. Okay. Listen. All right. Here. So for example, guys, what I could do. Here, hold on. What I could do is this is what it was at before, right? This is where it was when I started the stream. And so now I'm going to turn it up using this knob over here, okay? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29. So like I really cranked it up now. Like it's quite loud now. I'll put it back down. And now I'm going to I'll turn it up with this knob instead, and we'll test this one as well, okay? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. Wait, hold on. Whoa. Did it even do anything? It did. Kind of. It doesn't like auto update though. What if I put it to maximum? How about that? Oh, I sound that's fucking terrible, isn't it? Oh my god. Okay, hold on. Let's put it back. Okay, now I'm gonna lift. Stop fucking around. Okay. I'm now gonna listen to the stream. Okay. Just give me a minute. Hold on. Wait, I can't hear that. Where's the stream? Okay, hold on. I'm gonna activate the old stream. That's me. That's the stream. Okay, activate the stream. Pass dev. Let's hear it. Here, we'll put it on like 1.5 times speed. I want to hear. Hold on. I'm listening to myself in the stream. Yes, I am. So the issue ultimately that I found. Sigartha, thanks for the 5 gifted subs, man. Very appreciated. Yeah, thank you very much, man. You made the audio worse, so you can say fuck off. Okay, listen. When I turn it up from this point, yeah, that's find the point C. Hold on. So. Okay, hold on. Okay. God damn it. Okay. New windows. Just give me what I want. Okay. Skip ahead. Just give me what I want. Just skip ahead. You could usually access it real easy, and I gotta go fucking digging for it. Here, hold on. What I could do is read the Vaporeon copy pass. This is what it was at before, right? This is where it was when I started the stream. Okay, I'm gonna listen. Here. So now I'm gonna turn it up using this knob over here. Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29. So like I really cranked it up now. Like it's quite loud now. Okay. I hear how it sounds. Okay. And now I'll turn it up with this knob instead, and we'll test this one as well. Okay. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This didn't even do it. This didn't even turn up. 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. Wait, hold on. Whoa. Did it even do anything? It did, kind of. It doesn't like auto update though. What if I put it to maximum? Oh my god. How about that? Oh, I sound that's fucking terrible, isn't it? Oh my god. Oh my god. Ah! Okay, hold on. Let's put. Oh my god. Dude. Okay. Okay. That hurt my ears, actually. Okay. Here. I will turn this up. Oh, hey, Adam. What's up, dude? No, I'm just adjusting I'm trying to make my audio fucking work. Okay, how's that? How's that for being loud? I've turned it up. Does that sound good? Does that sound good there? Okay, hold on. What if I also did this? What if I also did... How about now? How does this sound? Clipping blown out? Not many people do this off stream. Yeah, I'm just fucking around though. Okay. I've turned it up like 20% on both knobs. How does it sound? Or is that too much? Merry Christmas, Adam. I just spent an hour sitting behind my car rack wall on the clock, and I'm going to home and play video games, dev live streams. Here, I'm going to listen to it on the stream, okay? Here we go. 9. So I really cranked it up now. Like, it's quite loud now. Okay. I hear how it sounds. Okay. And I'll turn it up with this knob instead, and we'll test this one as well. Okay? Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 years, actually. Okay. Here. I will turn this up. Okay. Oh, hey, Adam. What's up, dude? Hey, Adam. No, I'm just adjusting I'm trying to make my audio fucking work. Okay, how's that? It does sound too loud now, doesn't it? I've turned it up. Does that sound good? No. Does that sound good there? Okay, hold on. What if I also did this? What if I also did... Okay, what else do I do? Let's hear it. How about now? How does this sound? It sounds like the same, doesn't it? Blown out. Not many people do this off stream. Yeah, I'm just fucking around though. Okay. This one as well. Okay? Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It doesn't like auto update though. Wait. Oh my god. Oh my god. I startled myself, didn't I? Okay. Here. I'll turn things down a little bit, okay? Dev wants to delay going to Naomi's family. Yeah, kind of. Don't tell her, though. Okay, how about this? Okay, you know what? I think I want to leave it where it currently is. Merry Christmas, everyone. Thanks, Adam. Okay, I think I want to leave it where it currently is. How does this sound? How does this sound? Dev, take your schizo pill. Adam, I've been reading more and more esoteric political philosophy. We should talk about it on stream sometime. We don't gotta do Marvin Yarvin, even though I sent you a Marvin Yarvin meme on Twitter. Actually, you know what? I've been thinking about it for like a year now, okay? And I think I've finally worked out the solution to Carl Schmitt's friend-enemy distinction. I think I finally figured it out. Because that, like, the right leans on Carl Schmitt so much. And I think I finally have figured out the solution to what they're saying. From a Marvin Mondays. That can be like an Adam and Sitch weekly thing, Marvin Mondays. £5. This reminds you of the Eagle Island streams where you and Dave are trying everything to fix the atrocious lag. You wasted large parts of streams on tech support. Yeah, but it's fun. It's fun though, isn't it? Anyway. Oh no, not Juvenile, Evola, and Schmitt. What I find is like a lot of left-leaning people and a lot of liberals, they're not willing to give, as bad as this sounds, they're not willing to give the fascists their due, right? Like when the fascists get something correct, you should be like, okay, yeah, and not simply discard them because they're fascists, right? But then you also have to understand what they say is correct, and then also have a liberal reply to it. And simply soying out about the morality of agreeing with the fascists doesn't actually do any of that. Does that make sense? Oh. Adam left at the mention of Moldbug. I think he did. I think he took off. Hold on. Oh, you're still there? Wait, where did our group chat go, Adam? It vanished. I can't find it anymore. Bah humbug. Thanks, Adam, unfriended. Yeah, where did it go? I don't see it anymore. It's disappeared. I'm trying to find it. Oh no, there it is. Oh, okay. No, I was spelling Sitch's name wrong. Because of course I was. As soon as I found it, I immediately posted Moldbug 2024 in the fucking chat. Okay. Let me see here real quick. God damn it, now I'm getting a bunch of Merry Christmases on Discord. Thanks, guys. Now that you all know I'm looking at my Discord, everyone's like chatting there. Am I special? Nah. Not at all. Oh. I guess I'll quickly TLDR before we get going. I'll probably finally go through with that like rebrand I wanted to do a year ago when I come back. Probably do the TF2 server as well shortly after I come back. It'll be time to do all those things, you know what I mean? It'll be time to do all those things, I think. The TF2 server, Oh, also, um, I will likely nuke the Discord server, guys. Nuke the Discord server and restart because all those new Discord all those new Discord rules basically mean like all of the old edgy content on the Discord server back in like 2015, we can all get permabanned for that shit. So we might need to nuke it and restart anew. Plus, honestly, there's a lot of lurkers in there. There's a lot of people in there who showed up just to fuck around because they knew that I didn't really mod it that heavily, and they've kind of embedded themselves in there. So it might be time to like wipe the slate clean and make it for fans only. You know what I mean? Clear out all the plebs. $10 from here in Lady Columbia. What is the solution? Preferably, I think it's a lack of knowing what an enemy that wants to destroy you is, and a system that is changeable, but also there's neutrality needed for the unknown. Both of those are good points, but that's not what I'm getting at. You have to wait to see, though. Discord's cucked, yeah, because Discord's fucking China controlled at this point. China. I spent the past year or so getting people to stop making death threats toward each other in that toilet of a server. Dev, yeah, it's fucking time, isn't it? Yeah. Basically, we'll reboot it. Only true dev fans will know how to join the new server. Only the true devites, the true devotees, will know how to join the next server. And also we'll just be a lot more hardcore with policing it because I don't want to fucking deal with all that shit. God. The server is a dumpster fire, and it has been for like several years now. It's time to fucking do something about it. All of my like half-baked measures as like, here's the thing, all right? Every time I did a Discord purge, everyone began screaming, "Oh my god, Dev's going against his principles, Dev's change up." And I was doing like the most limp-wristed half measure trying to keep everyone happy purge. It's like, you know what? Fine. If you think that that's me becoming a fucking tyrant, I'm going to show you what becoming a tyrant is. Fuck you. I'm just going to burn them all. Burn them all. All of them. Sorry, Dev, we're not your cucks. Burn! Go listen to all my audiobooks. Here's the thing, Skeptical Waves. I do listen to all the audiobooks because you have all of those like dissident right books on your channel. I don't regularly agree with anything that's in those books, but I do like listening to them. Dev the Tyrant. No mercy, Dev. I support. Actually, I should probably figure something here real quick. I gotta do one more thing before we start talking about articles. Okay. Okay. I'm ready to go. Dev's got to spin up a TF2 server real quick. Here. Oh yeah, there'll still be a $5 club in the new Discord. There'll still be, you know what? I think I'm just gonna get rid of the autism containment in the new Discord and then just purge the autists because I've fucking had enough of them. Like, here's the thing, Chud Logic. Chud Logic has a spicy chat, which is his equivalent in his community to my autism containment room, and it causes him so much fucking trouble. All right, and I just don't want to do it anymore. I don't want to fucking play babysitter for a bunch of retards who make everything worse for everyone. So, like, fuck it. I did that shit for like 8 years. I'm not doing it anymore. Someone else can take over. Yeah, you know what? Go over to ChedLogic's server. Go do it there. Fuck. Okay. Let's do the articles. Is it time? No, I won't parody Spiral. I'm still going to allow criticism of me. I'm just going to be done with fucking people who show up and wreck everything and then claim that it's their free speech to like to mess with everything I'm trying to do. It's like, fuck off, dude. Fuck you. Get out of here. Okay. Let's read some articles. I have less articles than normal today because I'm basically, the minute I turn the stream off, I'm getting in the car and leaving to go for I'm leaving to go do Halloween, Christmas stuff. So yeah, we're just gonna go. I lived for years in a sexually liberated lesbian commune, but only found true peace and equality when I married a man and became a devoted mother. So, lesbian communists coping and seething. I already have a car. Dude. Okay, so lesbian communists coping and seething. Let's see this story here. Up to the point where I got pregnant, I'd taken for granted that men and women are substantially the same apart from our dangly bits. The experience of being a mother blew this out of the water. Until then, I'd bought uncritically into the idea that individual freedom is the highest good, that bonds or obligations are acceptable only in as much as they are optional, and that men and women can and should pursue this equally. Then I went through the wonderful and disorienting experience of finding my sense of self partly merged with a dependent infant. The kind of absolute freedom I'd accepted as an unalloyed good was suddenly a great deal less appealing to me because I actively enjoyed belonging to my daughter. That's about right, yeah. I mean, bonds or obligations are acceptable only in as much as they are optional. I mean, that's true. But there's also some one-way doors involved in that, right? Like, you can there are some responsibilities you can optionally take up and then optionally put down. That's what work is, right? You get a job, you have responsibilities, you quit the job, you don't have the responsibilities, right? But there are some responsibilities you take up that are one-way doors. After you take them up, you can never put them back down. Having a kid is one of those, all right? And after you pick up the responsibility of having a child, you don't have the choice to put it back down. And so it's no longer optional after you've picked it up. It's optional to pick it up, but it's no longer optional after you have picked it up. And that's probably a good thing, to be honest, you know? Freedom isn't the highest value. It's a very important value, but it's not the only one, you know? Not in all situations. I don't know if you're still here, Adam, but this is an argument that I got into a fair amount with like you and Sitch and me on your show, where I would point out that, like, no, you don't actually want equality in all places and times. You don't want freedom in all places and times. There are times in which it's appropriate and times in which it isn't. You know what I mean? When they say my free speech, just say my free association. Yeah, exactly, Fondue. Exactly, yeah. Okay. It was obviously not in her interest to go on insisting that my obligations to her were optional. Where pre-baby, I could do more or less whatever I liked. As a mother, I couldn't refuse to get up and feed my crying newborn at 3:30 a.m. because I didn't feel like it. Her interests mattered more than my once treasured autonomy. Okay. And there we go. It meant a fundamental break with my past way of thinking. I was in my early teens when I started to notice how Mum would cook dinner, and after we'd all eaten, my dad would get up and leave her to clear the table. Then my two brothers began to follow his example. This seemed unfair to say the least. It left me with a dilemma. As the household's other female, I felt a clear solidarity with my mum, but I also believed I had equal status with my brothers. Should I exempt myself from these petty chores like they did? And if I did, what did that say about how we all saw my mum? In truth, as another female, what did this imply for me when I reached adulthood? Trying to answer these questions led me to feminism and a world in which women were creatures in our own right, rather than second-class support humans. But I soon learned that membership of the here's the thing, right? There are many women who have voluntarily taken up the second-class support human status. Wasn't forced on them. They decided to choose it, and they enjoy pretty good lives. So it's clearly more complicated than this, right? It really depends on what you want, what your personality type is. There's a lot going on here. I soon learned that membership of the Feminist Club comes with small print. You cannot pursue feminist goals without signing up to a larger bundle of commitments under the banner of progress, such as climate justice, racial and gender minority rights, wealth redistribution, and so on. Reject those, and you will be excommunicated from the coalition of the righteous. Yes, this is the March of Progress, all right? This is Herbert Marcuse's March of Progress, which I will have to do its own. I have to do my own deep dive video on at some point. It's like, why is it that simply asking for equal rights for men and women ended up snowballing into all of this garbage? Well, there's a reason for it. And you can, in fact, have equal rights for men and women without snowballing into all this garbage. But it requires a different philosophy. Merry Christmas, Eternal. I tried living my adult life according to those ideals, pursuing low-carbon life, non-hierarchical social forms, and maximum sexual freedom, in a culture hell-bent on individualism and fluid relationships. By the end of my 20s, however, I had found that being determinedly countercultural was taking a great deal of emotional and intellectual effort, for questionable returns. I concluded that sexual freedom brings alienation and that too little interdependence, rather than too much, is actually precipitating a collapse of social life. There's probably some truth to this, yes. The reason that you need individualism is because you need the ability to opt out of various social bonds that are harmful to you, right? Like, yes, there should be some social expectation that you take care of your parents, right? The individual, well, they're their own person and I'm my own person. That liberal ideal, while good on paper, it kind of rings hollow in the face of should you take care of your parents or not. However, that doesn't mean that idea should be enforced everywhere, right? Because very clearly, if you are a child and your parents abused you, no, you don't have an obligation to take care of them, right? And just because they are your parents doesn't mean that you do. So there's clearly a middle ground here, right? Where if everything is functioning properly and you have benefited from it, then you probably have some moral obligation to give back to it. But if it's not functioning properly, then the individualism, the get the fuck out of there and go do your own thing, that is 100% the reasonable response. Does that all make sense, guys? Okay. A website I co-founded with 4 others imploded, turning out not to be the harmonious cooperative I'd envisioned, but beset by muddled objectives and bitter interpersonal conflicts, in which I lost my best friend and my social circle. Yeah, happens a lot, I mean, this is literally the Skullgirls conversation, right? The worker co-op thing fell apart. By the way, Adam, I know it's a long video, but if you haven't watched my Skullgirls video yet, you should. I think it's a great video. Also, Adam, let's see. Some people don't need a lot of bonds. Some people need lots of bonds. The problem is when people try to force bonds onto people who don't want them, or strip bonds from people who need or want them. Yeah, I agree. I agree with you, yeah. There should be some level of social expectation of certain bonds, but it shouldn't be ironclad, though, I think. Around the same time, I also discovered that the supposedly egalitarian and sexually liberated all-lesbian community I lived in was in fact hierarchical and riddled with competition. Of course it was! Welcome to fucking being human, dude! Alright. Whether the issue was who was cleaning the kitchen or who was sleeping with whom, excluding males from the household, it did not vanquish rivalry and exploitation. Of course it didn't. I don't know how to fucking deal with these people, dude. They're like, I don't get it. They're almost like they're aliens. It's like, oh shit, Our obvious dumb fuck idea didn't work when it's obvious? Oh, okay, dude. Sure. Merry Christmas, Neon Reagan. Okay. Even as I wrestled with these discoveries, I met the man who became my husband. Even as my life was falling apart, I'd already started to rebuild it in a different form. Some years into our life together, I have found more peace and equality, not to mention more freedom from futile power games, in the countless ways we cooperate building a home and family than I ever achieved in my progressive 20s, trying to run away from commitment and restraint. It turns out that accepting some limits is liberating, not restrictive. And getting to grips with how we divide the countless little jobs that keep a home going hasn't stuffed me into a patriarchal box at all. Rather, it's produced a setup that looks fairly conventional, but is well adapted to each of us and our shared goals. As I've set about trying to square these discoveries with my previous beliefs, I've come to rethink my previous belief that patriarchy is a mask conspiracy to oppress women. Instead, I've come to see it as the result of historical human efforts to balance the conflicting interests of two sexes. Yes, that's what it is. Admittedly, the result hasn't always been perfect. You can point to plenty of abuses and injustices, many targeted at women. These are rightly to be condemned. But the solution is not to be found in some state of perfect symmetry between the sexes, because this can't be had. The sexes are not interchangeable. Take premarital sex as an example. The truth is that it carries much greater risk for women than men. Marriage as a precondition for sex benefits women and children, and it's not clear to me that feminist efforts to smash the norms around this have delivered greater happiness for women. Well, this was kind of solved by birth control, but birth control brought with it its own problems, right? So I don't know. Don't get me wrong, my aim is not to stuff feminism back into its box. I have no wish to be banned from voting or working, any more than I want my political agency to be subsumed into that of my husband. Nor do I want to return to a pre 1960s understanding of marriage, and with it the traditional relationship in which women serve as homemakers while relying on their husband's goodwill and good character to offset the loss of agency this replies. I mean, fair enough, right? Like, I don't think women are going back in the box, guys. I don't think it would be good for them to go back in the box, but either way, I don't think they're going back in. I think they like having careers, they like working, they like doing their own thing. However, I don't think they like the constant promiscuity and the constant individualism, right? And there has to be a way to balance these two things. And I think that there is, to be honest. I think that there is. Too many partners breaks the psychology of women, broken pair bonding. I don't buy that shit. Skeptical waves. Dev, what do you think of the new Skullgirls info the technicals found? Very interesting. Zira Richards, thanks for the $5. Yeah, Technicals watches my videos and I watch his, so I know what's going on. I know what's going on, dude. I will probably do a second video. I'll probably do a second video when the court case finalizes in February. Maybe I'll try to ask some of the people involved for statements, just like he did. I don't want to just steal his statements. You know what I mean? So maybe I'll ask for my own. Okay, let's see. All right. Anyway, I think a lot of this is. I mean, there's still a fair amount here, but you know what? A lot of this I think is just going to be agreeing with what I mentioned. Yeah, I think so. I'm just skimming it now. Oh my god, this fucking thing is so. Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay, this is from her book. Her book is called Feminism Against Progress. Okay, yeah, there is definitely a space for a liberal, non-progressive feminism. You know what I mean? There's definitely a place for that. It's probably important to consider it. Yeah, the Andrew Tate solution is not a good solution on the other side. No. I'll need to think about this a little bit more myself. You know what I mean? Okay, let's keep going. Oh yeah, this went viral. Did you guys see this? Ethiopian food is the best food. 'Cause it looks like this. And this is the food in question. Like, it's just diarrhea, guys. Look at that. It's just 4 people decided to squat over this, what is it, like a sponge cake or something? And they each decided to just slop their assholes out in each of the 4 corners. This is actually disgusting. White people don't know how to cook food. What the fuck is this? Jesus. Sargon, you were right about the slop. Okay, hold on. I gotta grab some water. Give me a second. Yeah, guys. Sargon was right about the slop. Jesus. I grabbed Glugachad out of the fridge. Oh, that's good. That's cold water. Here, listen. I want you guys to listen to the sound of drinking out of Glugachad, okay? While looking at the slop on screen. Listen. Mmm. Oh, that's good. This is fucking disgusting, isn't it? Jesus. Yeah, like this square here is some sort of spongy bread. And they just slop the slop onto it, and that's your fucking meal. That's gross, dude. Ugh. Do you need another Wash They Chicken compilation? Oh, that was actually really good. That was actually really good when I made that video. It looks so gross. Oh, God. Okay. Just stick a straw in it. Let's keep going. Women are wearing a safety layer over their outfits in public to deter creepy men. So, is this like Zoomers rediscovering modesty? Like, you know how like quiet quitting was a thing where there's like invent a new label for just doing your job. You know what I mean? Like people keep doing this shit where they're just like, we discovered something new. Oh, you know what? We're actually like, it's kind of weird. We're in like a long-term fling. I don't know what to call it. You mean a relationship? You fucking more like, yeah. So safety layers. Women are wearing safety layers over their outfits to deter creepy men, with many labeling it as sad but necessary. There we go. If you see me in a white button down, the real fit is underneath. When you arrive at your destination, you can take off your Subway shirt. Here she is. She's taking off the safety layer. It's... Oh my god, dude. It's so dumb. The clip showed a TikToker in a cafe removing a coat and a white shirt to reveal a black top with cutout detail. Shut up! I know I have to leave. They gave a term for going on walks too. Did they actually? Damn. Safety layers, aka clothes. Yeah, exactly, dude. Yep, the TikTok resonated with people as many rushed to the comments to reveal they do the same thing to shield themselves. The fashion safety layer, the men blocker. It's my summer jacket. Any thin fabric, large garment to cover my figure till I'm safely inside. I have an Uber shirt that I wear. It's sad but necessary to avoid unwelcome stares. Like, bitch. You wear this to be stared at. That's the point of it. Oh my fucking god, dude. Okay. Oh yeah. The creator of Annoying Orange has come out as trans. Guys, did you hear? Did you hear the news? Hey, beautiful peeps. I hope you're all doing amazing. Sparkle. Today I wanted to share something incredibly personal and special with all of you. Recently, I had the privilege of sitting down with Anthony and Ian for a super fun interview on Smosh's flashback series about Annoying Orange. It was such a blast, and I can't wait for you to check it out. The link's in my bio. Oh, Skeptical Waves asked what kind of man. To be honest, I would stare. I know you want to make it into a weird race thing, Skeptical Waves, but I would stare too. I don't fucking care. Anyway, though. Okay, so during the interview, I make a big announcement. Some of you may have already suspected, but I'm finally ready to say it loudly and proudly. I am a transgender. $3 from Kaiser. Thank you. God Christie. I can't fucking read that, dude, but thank you for the money. Yeah. Mr. Garrick, I don't control the ad rolls. Sorry. Don't fucking blame me. Okay. So, I am transgender, says the Amazing Orange. Is it Amazing Orange or Incredible Orange? No, Annoying Orange. Right. Okay, fuck. All right. I didn't watch the Annoying Orange back in the day, okay? Okay. This journey has been a roller coaster filled with self-discovery, ups, downs, acceptance, and more love than I thought possible. I've known since I was very young, and it took 45 trips around the sun for me to find the courage to share this truth with you all. 45 trips. Wait, this dude's 45 and he's transitioning now? Like, it's too late, dude. Like, if you were actually a woman, menopause is starting, dude. Like, it's done. It's fucking done. Okay. All right. Okay. I'm beyond grateful for the love and support I've received from family, friends, and now all of you. Your acceptance means the world to me, and I'm excited to continue growing, learning, and embracing my authentic self. I'm not sure where this journey is going to take me, but I'm so very thankful I get to take it. I'm starting to wonder. I'm starting to wonder this, okay? What if, like, this is just the new form of midlife crisis? You know? Back in the day, you'd buy, like, a sports car and, like, zip around real fast and pretend that you're still, like, fucking 16 or 20 or something. You know? Pretending you're cool when you're 45. But now they're like, I want to go through another, period of self-discovery and exploration and, emerging from a cocoon to become the new me, which is what childhood and puberty is all about. But I want to do it again. So now I'll come out as something. I wonder if that's part of it, Now, for some people, it's going to be that they've actually just been repressing themselves this whole time. And that sucks. But I think for a lot of people, it really is just like not being able to face the fact that you're old and no longer cool. You know what I mean? Midlife crisis? Yeah. $5, Sean King. I'm at Union Station for the next 3 hours. Good thing I have you to listen to. Why are you at Union Station for 3 hours, dude? But thank you for watching. Damn. All right, well, Annoying Orange is now trans, guys. Merry Christmas, Mergoot. Let's continue. Okay, from the other side of the spectrum of insanity, gay teenager is forced to have sex with his own mother to cure his homosexuality. So, we've gone from guy believes he's trans because he's 45 years old and has nothing else going for him and wants to feel something for the first time again, to gay teenager comes out as gay and then is forced to fuck his own mom to turn straight. I feel like there's a middle ground between these two positions. It sounds like a hentai plot. Yes, it does. Okay, a teenager was reportedly forced to have sex with his own mother in one of the horrific cases of corrective rape uncovered by campaigners in India. Deepthi Tadanki, who is making a film on the subject, was told of the attack while doing research in the city of Bangalore. Family members forced a gay boy to have sex with his mother in a bid to turn him straight. Her film Satyavati follows the fictional story of a girl who is raped by her uncle after her parents become suspicious of her relationship with her lesbian housemates. The term corrective rape was coined in South Africa to denote rape where victims are targeted because of their perceived sexual orientation or gender identity to turn them heterosexual. Among the victims was Mavuleni Fana, who was walking home from football practice, where she was gang raped by 4 men who told her they would make her a real woman before beating her and leaving her for dead. Jesus. Several others have been murdered in the same attacks, including 2 women who were raped, tortured, tied up, and shot in the head in South Africa in 2007. There are no formal statistics available on corrective rape, which campaigners believe is reported even less frequently than other forms of sexual assault in India because of the frequent involvement of family members. Yeah. A group called LGBT Collective in the southern state of Telangana have recorded 15 corrective rapes there in the last 5 years. So, not to be heartless, 15 rapes is always bad, but 15 rapes in 5 years in a country of over 1 billion people. That's not bad. It is only Telangana though. Okay. How many people are in Telangana? What's the stats we're looking at here? Telangana. It's a state in southern India. Yep. Okay. A population. 35 million people live in Telangana. 15 rapes over 5 years. Corrective rapes over 5 years. You want it to be 0, obviously. But if we're talking about statistics, it's not an epidemic or anything, right? Yeah. We are sure there are many more cases that go unreported. Yeah, probably, to be honest. We came across such cases not because they reported the rape, but because they sought help to flee their homes. Cousins are often chosen by families to carry out the assault, which may then be followed by forced marriage. That's fucking disgusting, dude. Homosexuality is taboo in many parts of India, and legal rights for LGBT people regressed in 2013 when the Supreme Court reinstated a Victorian law dating back to the British Empire criminalizing gay sex. That sounds fucking ridiculous, dude. Yeah. So, yeah. There's a lot more to the story than just gay man has to fuck his mother. But it's quite the headline, isn't it? Mommy's milkers will make a man out of you. Oh my god. Congratulations, you just made an Indian Norman Bates. Merry Christmas, Dev. Thanks for the $5, dude. Thank you. Yeah, this is ridiculous. All right? I know I have some people in my chat who are more right-wing than me, who don't like the gays. Okay, fine. Being forced to fuck your mom to cure homosexuality, that's fucking wild, dude. That's unacceptable. All right? Just leave him alone. Fuck. Oh yeah, this was a thing. Do you see this shit? So Trump's doing his thing at Mar-a-Lago. He has these foot pads, right? And I've seen these before because Biden uses them. All right? And they're basically foot pads that older people use to keep their balance. Because Biden has used them before, in fact. Yeah. And see, someone here says he now uses foot pads to prevent himself from tipping over. If Joe Biden did this, Fox News would talk about nothing else. I mean, that does seem to be true. Yeah. If you ever actually see a picture of Biden go viral with the foot pads, they will say, oh my God, Biden's so old. He can't even stand up. He's an old man. He can't Trump is only a few years younger than Biden, and he's doing the same thing. But I mean, I don't expect people who are very pro-Trump to critique Trump on the same grounds that they critique Biden, right? Expecting consistency from an ideologue is not something that you're going to fucking get. The perfect posture. Trump leaning with his gut sticking out. I can appreciate it. I have a gut too at this point. He looks like he's about to float towards the scent of a freshly baked pie. Listen. I love the Trump memes, all right? I don't like Trump as a candidate. I love the Trump memes. I love that he's basically a cartoon character. It's so fucking funny, man. Remember that one photo of Trump leaning really far forwards towards the new mics? Fucking hell, dude. All right. To be fair, Trump has not yet fallen compared to Biden. That's true. Biden's fallen over. Trump hasn't. Trump does seem to be in better shape for his age than Biden is. That's true. But I do kind of expect like if you look at how Trump talks now, he's kind of sleepy and low energy now. He's like, they're coming in through the southern border, and we have to set up the wall. You have to build the wall. Like Trump seems very asleep nowadays. You know, if you look at Trump, even back in 2016, Trump was like he had like energy, he had fire. You know what I mean? It seems to be kind of gone at this point. Stop, you fucking chair. Stop. Trump is fat. Have you considered it's because he's fat is why he tips over? Very possible, Artemis. That's true, yes. Dev fixes. I can't. Shut up. Okay. Horrifying moment. Army veteran YouTuber has rocket launcher explode in his hands. Oh my god. A distressing video shows the moment a U.S. Army veteran and YouTuber had a missile rocket launcher blow up in his hands during a ballistics test gone wrong, leaving him with a fractured skull and horrific burn. Oh my god, dude. We gotta... Oh, I'm gonna check this out. Hold on. Can we see the video? Here it is. Let's watch it. Oh, it blew up. Wait, did they blur it? Yeah, they blurred it when it blew up. I watched the unblurred version. Yeah, they blur like the center section explodes, and he just falls backwards and lies there. Dev's new chair scream out in pain. God damn it, Artemis, fuck you. Okay. Adam Knowles. Is he related to Michael Knowles? Adam Knowles and his team at the popular weapons testing YouTube channel Ballistic High Speed were shooting a video in November demonstrating the effects of backblast, the release of hot gases from the back of a rocket launcher, when the stunt ended in what one of the crew members described as a catastrophic failure. On the final shot of the day on November 13th, as Knowles mounted an RPG-7 launcher in his shoulder to show what would happen to a ballistic dummy's head positioned directly behind him in an open field, weapon exploded. Oh yeah, it ripped off the helmet and the goggles he was wearing. I saw that too. Oh my god, dude. Like, yeah. Look at this shit. Fucking hell. Yep. He survived, though. Good for him. Someone could be heard yelling, "Call 911," while another person remarked the veteran was bleeding from his face. Jesus, dude. Holy shit. Yeah, maybe you can find the video. Is this it? Uh-oh. Guys, my channel might get fucked. Yeah, I did see it. That's right. Okay, here, we're going to watch it real quick. Okay. Come on. Oh, God. That's brutal. Boom. Like, oh. Okay, hold on. Let's slow it down. Yeah, like it just blew up right in his face. He didn't seem to like look like his head wasn't taken off or anything. Like that's fucking crazy. Holy shit. God damn, dude. Now try a rocket jump. Resumes including they/them pronouns are more likely to be overlooked, new report finds. Oh, wait, Artemis! I check your DMs. Why are you going around saying I don't check your DMs? I literally checked them like 2 days ago. The fuck are you talking about, Artemis? Okay. Hold on a second. Okay. Resumes including they/them pronouns are more likely to be overlooked. Okay, let's see. Sorry, dude. Inclusivity shouldn't just be present in the workplace. It should be practiced during the hiring process as well. But unfortunately, non-binary job seekers are facing clear biases during their job search. According to a new report from Business.com, a business resource platform, over 80% of non-binary people believe that identifying as non-binary hurts their job search. 51% believe their gender identity has affected their workplace experience very or somewhat negatively. Ryan McGonigal, director of industry research at Business.com and author of the report, says that these statistics show just how much work there is to do around diversity, equity, inclusion, and belonging in the workplace. $2 from Resta. I know Deb doesn't check my DMs. Yes, I do. We clearly have more work to do on several fronts. Over the past 10 years, oh yeah, it's DEIB now. They added B. Yeah, they added belonging to diversity, equity, inclusion. It's DEIB. Probably to get rid of the DIE thing, right? So, DEIB efforts have been prioritized by many companies. However, the results of this study and past research show that teams in most industries aren't proportionally representative of the U.S. population. Many people, like non-binary individuals we spoke with in our research, feel like they don't belong. Companies have clearly outlined initiatives and timelines. Yeah, blah, blah, blah. So here's the thing. These are all the things that you should do to, like, phantom resume test exposes bias. Check yourself and hold your team accountable. Like, this is like an article that's shaming you for not hiring non-binary people. Here's the thing. Listen. When I see they/them on a resume, Deb, you haven't watched the video you asked for 2 Archcasts ago. Either you checked and forgot or you don't check. No, Artemis, here's what I did. Thanks for the $5, by the way. I mean, just in case, send it to me again. But I guarantee you this is what I did. I took everything that you gave me. I put it into a folder, and the folder basically says, watch and categorize. And I do that once a week. And your stuff is in there. And by the way, as soon as I'm done with this stream, I'm going to be going off to the middle of fucking nowhere for a week with nothing to do but sit around and eat Christmas food. I'm going to be doing a lot of categorizing on a laptop, okay? So I will be getting to what you sent me, but just in case, send it again. Okay? I'm not ignoring, okay? Anyway, listen, okay? Here's what I would think, okay? I get a resume. Resume says they/them on the resume. Or honestly, even if it just includes the pronouns at all on a resume, I'd look at it and I'd say, you know what? I'm not going to hire this person. You want to know why? Not because they're non-binary. I have no problem with non-binary people. I have no problem with trans people. I have no problem with any types of people. It's because the personality type of the person that wants to put their pronouns on their resume is the personality type that is going to cause problems in a workplace. And I don't want to deal with that, all right? I would hire a trans person who doesn't put their pronouns on their resume over hiring a cis person who just puts a normal he, him on their resume. Because it's the act of including pronouns that shows what type of person you're dealing with. It's not being trans or being non-binary, but that's not the problem. There are many decent trans and non-binary people. I've met them myself. It is the act of putting pronouns in. That's the problem. You understand? Yep. So, and it seems like, chat, you agree with me. Very good. Yeah. Does Dave put gout in gout/goat them in his resume? Okay. Dementia sufferer, 91, it's not Biden this time, guys, has died after becoming trapped in a stair lift when the foreign care staff could not understand the difference between breathing and bleeding. Oh my God, dude. That sounds fucking like ridiculous. Like that sounds insane. A senior coroner has issued a warning about the inability of foreign healthcare staff to speak English after hearing how carers looking after an elderly woman who died did not know the difference between bleeding and breathing. Fucking ridiculous. Barbara Reimel, 91 years old, who suffered from dementia, died after she became trapped by a mechanical stair lift after a fall at the care home she lived at, with staff being unable to free her. The report found that her two carers, one Romanian, V did it! One Romanian and one Indian, were unable to explain to the emergency services what had happened to her, and did not understand the difference between the patient being alive or alert. Their lack of English severely hampered the call handler's response and made a meaningful assessment of her condition virtually impossible. Following the call, Mrs. Reimel's case was classified as serious rather than requiring an immediate response, and when paramedics did arrive at the care home, she was dead. Oh my God. Artemis Fowl, $5. I like how it's a private company, they can do what they want crowd is malding about rejecting pronoun enthusiasts. Here's the thing, it's my experience, Artemis, that most leftoids who say it's a private company, they can do what they want, what they're doing is they're throwing the libertarian thing back in the face of the right, right? The leftoids would 100% love to control a private company and not make it do what it wants, make it do what the left wants. They would love to do that, right? But when they say it's a private company, they can do what they want. What they're doing is they're kind of saying, well, this is the capitalist libertarian system you wanted, and here you are. Here's your free market. Watch as the free market fucking burns you. All right? I don't think that they have any commitment to private companies doing what they want. That's obviously not the case, right? Anyway. She almost died. Thanks for the super chat, though, dude. Appreciate it. Senior coroner for Somerset, Samantha Marsh, has now written to the Home Office and the Helen Whatley Minister for Health and Social Care to warn of the potential for future deaths if English standards are not addressed. In a highly critical report, she said the current test for foreign health staff is woefully insufficient. The woman's death occurred on her first day as a resident. Oh my God, she got there and just immediately died. Okay. The dementia sufferer arrived at the home on August 8th, 2022 from hospital, having suffered a fall in the community, and was known to be frail with blurred vision and at a high risk of falling. She was the only resident with a bedroom on the first floor, but she was incapable of using the stairs or the stair lift on her own. On the evening of the 8th of August, 2022, two carers were on duty, neither of whom were native English-speaking nationals. One was Romanian, the other was Indian. One of the carers called 999 to request the ambulance. It was clear on the evidence that she had been left unattended on the medical chair for around 5 minutes. This was contrary to the rules and procedures of Ashley House. During those 5 minutes, she had left the seat in the mechanically operated stair lift, proceeded to climb the stairs, which she was unable to safely. Due to physical limitations, right? Okay. Wait. She had fallen on the stairs, falling downwards. Barbara had been found having fallen awkwardly, landing with her head trapped under the chair for the mechanically operated stair lift. The staff were unable to free her because of the positioning and angle at which she was entrapped within the mechanics. On calling 999, it was obvious that neither of the care staff were sufficiently proficient in English to be able to explain clearly the nature of the medical emergency. An internal audit by the ambulance service revealed that the call handler had selected an incorrect pathway. The correct pathway that should have been selected was entrapment, but at no time during the call did the carer give any information that would have indicated that this was a presenting problem. The carer repeatedly used the word blocked, which added no assistance, clarity of explanation of the events that were unfolding. They did not understand the difference between bleeding and breathing. This made any meaningful triage of Barbara's condition virtually impossible. Fucking ridiculous, dude. Yep. Paramedics arrived on a Category 2 response, and on arrival, it was clear that Barbara was beyond medical help. She was pronounced dead at the scene. And at least one of the carers' understanding of English did not meet the standards required to work in Britain. Wait, to work in the Britain? What the fuck? Who wrote this article? Did a fucking immigrant write this article? To work in the Britain. What the fuck? Okay. All right. $5 from Artemis Fowl. Dev, you mean the left uses the levers of government and investment capitalists in order to gain power by any means? To be honest, pretty much everyone does that. Yeah. The left's more successful at it right now, but let's not pretend that the right that the right is not doing it, right? Listen, you have the bunch of conservatives out there who are saying like, dude, oh my God, we're totally for free speech, dude. Except when, they have some power in Florida and they start banning books and shit. And it's like, okay, well, turns out that no one's actually committed to these ideals anymore. And that everyone's fucking retarded. The competency crisis hitting all corners, I see. Here's what's funny, Snartigan, is that, like, the competency crisis is one of those things where, like, only the right wing is talking about it, and yet it is clearly a real thing. And it's just completely fucking ignored by the left. It's like, no, there's something real here that needs to be addressed, So, this is fucking ridiculous, dude. This story. Woman gets her head caught in a fucking machine because she's elderly and she falls downstairs, fucking dies because the staffers can't speak English. Like, that's fucking ridiculous. 5-year-old who fatally shot baby brother was on cocaine, while a dead toddler had marijuana in his system. Oh my God. Okay. What? Everything's fucked. Everything's fucked, dude. Everything's fucked. Okay? A 5-year-old Indiana... Okay, everyone's... No, God, okay, guys. No, I'm not talking about the recent banning sexually explicit things from schools. That's fine. I'm talking about how, like, there was pushes back in the day to ban Harry Potter books. All right? Like, which is just fucking stupid. It's like, it's ridiculous. That came from the right wing. All right? This idea that the right is fucking innocent of censorship is just stupid. It's always been stupid. Fuck. Goose meme. What's in those banned books? Artemis, I just explained that. Thank you for the $5. Yeah. Thank you. I appreciate it. Listen, the right has no problem banning books. It has no problem censoring speech when they're on top. We went through an entire generation of the right wing having cultural dominance and censoring the left. Now things have flipped around. Neither side is good. You should not be on neither side. And that was 20 years ago. Guess what? If you think it's not fucking coming back when the pendulum swings, you're delusional. You got another thing coming. You understand? Fucking stupidity. If you think the right is now just full of, like, completely moral, reasonable people who would never again censor, you're fucking ridiculous, dude. Hey, Dry Bread, Merry Christmas, buddy. Okay, so let's read this. A 5-year-old Indiana boy who shot his baby brother dead, Jesus, was on cocaine at the time, while the shot toddler had marijuana in his system. What holy shit, dude! Like, this is fucking wild. Adherent to Lady Columbia, $5. Why does the competency crisis sound like an over-exaggeration? I'm hypercritical now by the side saying there's some world-ending crisis. Let's see. Let me fucking put it this way. There is some over-exaggeration to it, but it's not all over-exaggeration. There's definitely some people who are like, There's definitely some industries where we need more competent people and we don't have them. Jared Smith, I don't think the right entirely agrees on this issue. True. Neither does the left. I can find you many left-wing people who still don't agree with censorship, right? So, no, it's nah, man. If you think that like one side is just bad and you're just good, you've lost the fucking plot. Okay. So, let's see. The shocking revelation came as neglect and drug charges were unsealed Tuesday against the boy's parents, Deonta Jermaine Johnson and Shatia Tiara Welch. Okay. The couple was arrested on new charges Monday in La Porte, Indiana. Okay. Young Isaiah Johnson died from a gunshot wound to the head after his unnamed brother found a handgun in their drug den of a home. Holy fuck, dude. We make a new side with video games and Warhammer based, Addo, and thanks to the two bits. Thank you. Okay. Johnson claimed to have been napping on the couch at the time, saying he heard a boom before he found the 16-month-old boy dead. The dead toddler was found to have marijuana in his system, while his brother tested positive for cocaine. This is fucking sad, guys. Like, talk about some scumfuck parents. Like, Jesus. Like, that's fucking awful. Snardigan, $10. So funny how the Direction brands consistently post based Russian police BTFO LGBT protesters or something like that, and then cry about getting censored for posting the N-word. Exactly, right? Exactly. As soon as you see a protest get routed by the cops when you don't like them, and you're like, yeah, dude, yeah, fuck the degenerates. And then you're like, oh man, why am I getting censored? You know what? You reap what you sow. You fucking deserve it. If you're not willing to uphold free speech for your enemies, then you deserve to get censored. Simple as that. Artemis Fowl says once again, Dev, one side condemned, removed, and improved its side. The other side can't even admit Antifa exists. Two different scales of priority here. Here, Artemis, I know that you like to rag on Destiny a lot and use them as an example. If you've ever heard Destiny talk about Antifa, he has no problem saying that they exist and they need to be stopped. All right? If you consider Destiny to be a leftist, then on the Antifa issue, Destiny is one of the most reasonable leftists in existence. And no, I don't completely buy that one side condemned, removed, and improved its side, because you still see people on the right who are like, no, you know what? We need to ban pornography, not just for kids, but for everyone. If you're an adult, you shouldn't be able to get porn. What the fuck? No, they want to ban it, right? I've seen that take from rightoids, all right? I've seen the take from rightoids that all transitioning should be banned, even for adults. Like, fucking no, that's ridiculous, all right? That's too fucking far. There are so many things that rightoids want to do that the only thing stopping them is that they don't currently wield power. That's it. They're not morally better than the left just because they're not doing it. They would do it if they could. So no, fuck them. Destiny was based leaning on January 6th yesterday. What was he saying, oh fucks? Okay. Let's keep reading these fucking idiots. Okay. Police found 93 fentanyl pills, marijuana, and drug paraphernalia in the couple's Lafayette apartment following the deadly shooting. The mom said that the gun was hers, claiming that she kept in a locked box under her bed. The dad was charged with obstruction of justice for trying to clear the apartment of weed before the police arrived. 4 weeks before the shooting, Welch was brought up on charges of possessing and dealing narcotics and marijuana, which is illegal for both medicinal and recreational purposes in Indiana. Fucking hell, dude. You gotta send me, like, the video of that or the stream or something, Zero Fucks. I want to see it. Destiny was proven wrong about his open relationship. That was true. But that's not related to this conversation. I remember working with an addict girl whose baby died under the care of a coworker because this addict kept doing meth while pregnant. Was terrible. Fucking hell. That's terrible. Was it I can't pronounce that name. Aljandro Garcia. Thanks for joining the $5 club, man. Appreciated. Artemis, $5. Bro, Republicans officially acknowledge gays and lesbians in the party. Why are you living in the here and now while ignoring the improvements made? Because Michael Knowles is out here talking about banning the trannies, and it's like, nope, too far for me. There hasn't been that many improvements. There's been some improvements, not enough for my tastes. And no, the Republicans are not better than the Democrats. They aren't. They're not worse, but they're not better. $10 from Decking Devs Walls. Thanks, man. You mentioned gaining power Florida in your book banning comment, and then proving to Harry Potter and challenge. I have no illusion about the right and free speech, but don't shift your argument. Okay, fair enough. I mean, there are many things that Florida's doing that I like, and many things that I don't. But we can get into it another time. Maybe I'll do a Florida video at some point. This is Kyle. $10. All transitioning should be banned. No, I don't agree. It is the same as allowing people with BIID to amputate their legs and purposely bind themselves. You don't help delusional people by binding with their delusions. The difference between BIID and gender dysphoria is that we've discovered some treatments that actually do work with BIID. We've discovered nothing that works with gender dysphoria other than transitioning. Listen, if we discovered a treatment for gender dysphoria that didn't involve transitioning and that wasn't transitioning and it worked better, I'd be all for that, right? Like you have a male who feels like they have the need to transition and to appear as a girl, and you give them a pill, and then they're suddenly happy being men. I'd say, yeah, go for that. That sounds like a good medical treatment. You should do that. All right. There's lots of progressives out there who are like, no, you're erasing their identity. You get shut the fuck up. You guys are retarded. You're not smart enough to be part of the conversation. The point should be to alleviate the suffering of having the condition. Right now, the only treatment we have is transitioning with all of its problems. Until we discover something else, that should be the standard. Yes. Typical Canadian panics at the sight of Spanish. Thanks to the $2, dude. Polyamory can work, but when I heard Destiny say he does it because he thinks it's lower maintenance because she can go to other lovers and he can focus on work, I knew it was doomed. Yeah, that didn't sound very good, did it? Listen, I think you can do like a closed three-way relationship, right? Like if you have like two cute chicks and they're into each other and they're both into you and you're into both of them and none of you are outside, none of you, like it's not an open situation. You stay within the three-way relationship and none of you go outside of it. Like that could probably work, right? $5 well, not enough for my taste. Has no bearing on the fact that Republicans have evolved and improved the party. This is unbecoming of you, Okay, Artemis, you keep doing the whole like dev, like listen, I'm not interested in your shaming, okay? When it comes to the actual comment though, Republicans have evolved and improved the party, sure, but so have Democrats, right? I mean, you do recall that 20 years ago, Democrats were not on board with gay marriage, and now they are, and that was the right choice, right? Hey, Naomi. Hi. Sorry that I'm late.
Did you just start or did you finish?
No, we're like 2/3 of the way through.
Okay.
Listen, guys, as soon as I'm done, Naomi and I are leaving, so I gotta get going.
Yeah.
Or else Naomi's gonna be mad at me.
I'm already mad.
Why are you mad at me?
You're late.
I'm late, apparently. But yeah, the Republicans have improved, yes, but so have the Democrats, right? And I'm not interested in being like, oh, well, one's obviously better than the other, because they're not. No, they're both shit. $10 here in Columbia. Not forget the whole seeing surrogacy as child trafficking. Yeah, that's fucking ridiculous, dude. I was actually I was working on a video. I'll probably do that video when I come back from the trip. But yeah, Italy. Here, let me scroll back up because I lost it. Italy did it fully, and that was when I saw Connor on the Lotus Eaters cheer. That's when I was done with the right. Connor's a tratoid. Yeah, listen, there's currently a discourse on the right wing right now where they're saying that hiring a surrogate to have a child for you because you can't have kids, maybe because you're in like a gay relationship or one of the partners is infertile, or something like so you hire a surrogate to have the child. Right wingers are now saying, or at least a segment of the right, they're now saying that surrogacy is child trafficking. It's a ridiculous fucking take. Like, it's insane. It's so stupid. And the only reason that they're having this take is because recently, like in the past 3 months, high profile gay men have been using surrogacy to have children, and they're against that. So they're like, listen, like, what about straight couples who need surrogates? So they came out like, yeah, all of it's bad. It's like, wow, you guys, like, it's insane. It's insane, dude. You're paying to purchase a child? No, you're not, Zatak. Like, okay, listen. You're not paying to purchase a child. So, surrogate situation, right? Your sperm infertilizes the egg of the woman that you pay. The woman carries the child to term, and then you have the child, right? What you're paying for is the woman to get impregnated and then be pregnant for 9 months and then, care for themselves and that child during the pregnancy and give up whatever it is they're giving up during those 9 months.
AKA meth.
Yeah, don't do meth, right? But here's the thing. You're not buying a child. You're paying a woman for her labor. Literally going into labor, right? It's not the same fucking thing. It's so dumb. I'm sure Connor's a nice guy personally, but I regularly disagree with all of his politics. I think he's kind of a nutter when it comes politically. Start again, $2. Treating mental illness. Treating mental illness is better than, but they're degeneration. They're degenerates though. Yeah, obviously, yes. Hi, Naomi. $5. The activist groups and doctors who only allow research and funding of only one remedy are complaining when that remedy is deemed detrimental. I agree with that, right? Like, we should be researching alternatives. The hard pill to swallow though is like, because we have a treatment that kind of works, and medical ethics say like you can't just experiment on patients. You have to give them the treatment that at least works the best. It's very hard to go to a trans person and say, listen, rather than transition, you should try this experiment we're doing. Like that's a rough sell. I don't know if you could even get it by an ethics board. So we're kind of in a quandary right now, and I'm not fully sure of how to get through it. But we have to get through it. Yes. The whole Dev, how could you think this? Dev, how could you be so foolish? Shit always looks weird and parasocial to me. Yeah, I know, dude. I'm just used to it at this point. Mark the Cyborg. Merry Christmas, Dev and Naomi from X-Ray Girl, myself, and the puppies. Well, thanks very much, Mark the Cyborg. Have a good Christmas. Metalworks, $5. Well, he's probably forgotten it by now. I do remember PSASH posting a tweet about drug trials fixing soldiers' dysphoria. Is that real? If you have information on that, Metalworks, send it to me. I'm kind of curious to see. Ernest Fowl, $5. Have you shown the news about Delta Airlines being caught human trafficking migrants in the dead of night? Depends. I've heard something about that, but also it depends what we're talking about. Because, for example, I gave this take back during the DeSantis shipping migrants to Martha's Vineyard back then, and I was right back then. So here's the thing: if you have refugees that are coming to your country, right? They're coming to America, okay? And as refugees specifically, they have the right to stay in America. They have the legal right. That's what refugee status is, the legal right to stay. What should you do with them? Should you allow them to ghettoize in one city and build up like this parallel social structure where only they live in one neighborhood? And then you have the problem the UK has, where they have all of these Muslim enclaves, right? Or do you take these refugees, do you split them up? Like, don't split families up, but like split up each family into its own unit and send them to various towns all across the United States so that they can then integrate, because now they have to be part of the main culture. The answer is obviously you send them around, right? You put them on a plane, you send them off to some place, and you say, okay, well, this family is going to this city, and this family is going to this city, and you're going here, and you're going here, and you're going here. That's what you should do. All right. So when people are saying, oh my God, Biden's putting refugees on planes in the middle of the night and sending them to your town, that's exactly what should happen. That's actually a good thing. That's how it should be. Artemis Fowl, $5. This is like buying a child with extra steps. That's dumb. I don't agree at all, Artemis. I don't agree at all. Because here's the thing. The only reason the whole "this is buying a child" narrative has spun up is because now gays are doing it. When straights were doing it, and straights have been doing it for a long time, nobody said it was buying a child, right? You have like a man and a woman, and they're infertile, so they hire a surrogate, and they get a kid out of it. People are, and then they're like, "Oh, this is child? You're purchasing a child?" No, no one ever fucking said that. No one said that shit. This is obvious hypocrisy. $5. CJR, thanks, man. How much does the left need to moderate its positions to be able to pull the centrists out of the right? I think they just need to stop demonizing men. That's probably a lot of it, yeah. Like, here's the thing. There are some left-wing positions that are quite popular. Generally ones that talk about, like, social safety nets. That's pretty popular, right? But the fucking man-hating shit, the white people hating shit, that stuff just, like, ends it. If they could just shut the fuck up with the stupid progressivism and stick to those economic areas in which that they have at least some moral high ground, the left would probably be way more successful. But they can't help themselves. $5 from Artemis Fowl. I will call Dev foolish all the time. If he calls me a friend, I reserve the right to do it. Also, migrants are not refugees. Sometimes migrants are refugees. When you say migrant, that could refer to an illegal immigrant, a legal immigrant, a refugee. Like what are you talking about here, dude? Also, wait, Artemis, don't you think we're friends? Artemis, don't you think we're friends? You say that if you say that orphanages are also human traffickers, yeah, it's such a dumb take. Wait, Bloomer Media. Bloomer Media looks like Doomer. Are you Doomer? Or are you like making like a Doomer joke? $2 from Carlos. Send them to Israel or Canada. It's not diverse. Hold on a second. Wait. Artemis is trying to make Dev even later. No, you fucks! Resta Zero, $10. I'm only curious as to how all the gays could get surrogate baby boys, but beyond that, it's not my business. I mean, it's adoption, child trafficking. Same with traffic or something. I don't know. Yeah, it's so dumb. It's so dumb, right? Oh no. Here's the thing. All right. Okay. Oh, here, Moondoggy. You should do this not with refugees, but also with legal immigrants too. So here's the question: is Biden currently shuttling around illegal immigrants? As in people who jumped the border, they're in the United States illegally, and they're now being moved around. Are they specifically illegals? Because if so, that's pretty fucking bad. If not, that's completely normal, and it is what should happen. If yes, McGrudgeon, you gotta send proof of that then. Probably very likely that's not a yes. Okay. Artemis Fowl, $10. Yep. Refugee status has a very specific meaning, Dev. The people coming over the border are crossing multiple safe countries to get to the US border. They are benefits shopping, not fleeing persecution. Okay. So do you want to send them back to the first country they left then? You can do that if you want. I don't care. Go ahead. Do it. Like here's the thing. From what I understand, refugee status is given but based on you getting to the first safe country. So for example, there are some Syrian refugees that left Syria and came to Canada. And they didn't go they went from Syria to Canada. The Canadians invited them here, right? They didn't go from like safe country to safe country to safe country to finally find Canada and stop here. No. They went directly from Syria to Canada. Those ones should stay here because Canada was the first safe country they arrived at. But the refugees who went from like Syria to like Greece or something and then decided to shop around different countries for better benefits. No. You're a refugee in Greece, you stay in Greece. Like that should probably be the case, yes. That should be how it is. Mark the Cyborg. Ready or Not is a great new SWAT game with a quest line about arresting pedophile enthusiasts. Would recommend. Good gameplay, much space. Okay, I'll check it out. Thanks, Mark the Cyborg. Very appreciated. I'll make sure to check it out. Ready or Not. Okay. Also, it was a 90s show. I want to point out that my wife in Canada, because she was a refugee, whenever I see people online talk about the process, they have no idea how it works. Yeah, here's the thing. I've also met some refugees as well, right? Like, I've met several Chinese refugees, like people who spoke against the government in China, and now they're living in Canada as refugees. And yeah, no, it's not like you can just, it's not like the process is all fucking, roses and good times. You know what I mean? Adherent to Lady Columbia, $5. To fix the U.S. immigration is to limit intake to 500,000. Skilled, no extended family except wife and kids. In coherent English. Also, BWC the women. That's what we'll do. We'll take all the hot chicks, bring them over, and then make them marry us. That's how we'll do immigration from now on. Refugees should exclusively be women, children, and the elderly. I don't agree with that. I don't agree with that, CJR. Like, if a guy is married and has kids, then you have a family, right? And the family is not just a family, but a political unit that must be respected, right? Well, you should not split up families if they're coming together as a refugee unit to your country. No, you shouldn't split them up. They fled Iraq during the war. They went to Jordan, and they applied to a bunch of countries to move into. Canada was the first to approve them. And then they came to Canada. That's great. See, I don't mind that. That's fine. You can have like different opinions on what the process should be, but whatever the process is, you should follow it. And if you don't follow it, you should be deported. But people saying that like people who followed the process should be deported anyway, that's not fair. That's ridiculous. You guys gotta calm down with that shit. Anyway, this story here. This story here is wild. It's also it's the thumbnail for today. The 5-year-old who fatally shot baby brother who was on cocaine. That's fucking insane, dude. Okay. Okay. Let's see here. Let's see. $20 from Artemis Fowl. Dev, you do know that 90% of migrants do not show up to their second hearing for refugee status, meaning they were denied initially and appealed and then dropped off the radar. Currently, over 3 million illegal crossings since 2021. Round them up and send them back then. I'm okay with that. I'm not going to sit here and be like, oh, you should, like, do you think I'm a progressive? I'm not going to sit here and be like, oh, well, you should just let them in. No. Send them back. All right. If they're not following the process, deport them. However, if they do follow the process, and then one of them ends up in your town because they're being spread out across the country because they should be, so that they integrate, stop complaining about it. Like, it's retarded. All right? Let's keep going. People asked me to do this one when I brought it up on a stream a few days ago. So, for you Brit bongers, here it is. The shameless squatter who moved into a pensioner's empty home, then sold it for £540,000. Insists he didn't steal the property. And he says he's been left £255,000 out of pocket because of legal fees. Okay, so check this out. A squatter who took legal ownership of an empty house, squatter's rights, that belonged to a pensioner, and then turned around and sold the property, he now insists he didn't steal it. I mean, I guess legally he didn't, because if in the UK you can squat in a property and just claim it as your own, I guess he didn't. But morally, he sure fucking did. Okay. He maintains that he paid the pensioner's granddaughter £245,000 in compensation and spent £150,000 of his own money doing it the property. Okay. This guy's name is Mr. Best. Mr. Best, 58 years old, said, "I've been portrayed as a thief who cheated an old man out of his home, but that's not true. The whole thing has been a nightmare. It affected my health and cost me a lot of money. I never made anything from this, and yet it's being made out that I robbed a pensioner. I have not made a profit." Well, fuck you. You shouldn't. Okay. In 1997, Mr. Best noticed that a house in Newbury Park, East London, was vacant. He began treating it as if it was his own before renovating it. All right. He found an abandoned house. He said, I'm going to squat here. Started fixing it up. Okay. The house was previously owned by Doris Curtis, who lived there with her son Colin. Following her death in the mid-1980s. Explain squatters' rights to us, Dev. Adohin, £2. It's fucking bullshit, dude. It's ridiculous. Squatters' rights is basically there's a property that someone owns, but it's empty, and some homeless fucking loser moves in. He just like moves in and isn't noticed and squats there for long enough that the government says, okay, it can be yours now. Like fucking stupid, man. This sounds like something Mr. Beast would have as a video while soy facing. I squatted in a house and sold it for $500,000. Okay. The house was previously owned by Doris Curtis with her son Colin. Following her death in the mid-1980s, he continued to live there alone before moving out in 1996, leaving it empty. Mr. Best insisted he had every right to take over the house because Mr. Curtis never visited it or maintained it. He said he didn't care about the house. He never went there. He didn't even know about it. He wasn't poor. He inherited a different property and never went back to the house in Newbury Park. And so he moved in, he squatted there, and eventually he took it over. Decking Dev's walls for $5 says, I have differing opinions on squatters' rights. Yeah, I know, dude, because you're literally in my walls. I get it. When asked by Mail Online about his claim that he had to pay extraordinarily high legal fees of £400,000, Mr. Best insisted he used his savings and money earned at the time. He revealed that in addition to working as a builder, he was also employed as a senior manager by Virgin. He said, I had a very good job and was being paid £75,000 per year, but I lost it all because of the negative publicity at the time. I went to court 8 times over the house. I was sick of it by the end. I tried to settle with the family of Mr. Curtis before it even came to court. You shouldn't even be in there. You're a squatter. Like, I tried to settle with the family. Get the fuck out. Oh, I lost my job. Negative publicity. Get out. I went to court over the house. Get the fuck out. Okay. He also claimed that the stress of the legal battle led to the death of his mother 2 years ago. It killed my mum. She saw the effect it was having on me. It was awful. I regret the impact it had on my health, and I didn't make any money out of this. You didn't make any money out of stealing someone's house? Well, fucking good. You shouldn't. Mr. Best drives a brand new Range Rover and revealed that he now lives in a large house in Essex and no longer works. He was speaking from his mother's house in southeast London, which he inherited and recently sold. He revealed he just fought a 2-year legal battle with his family after she left her entire estate to him and her will was contested by relatives. Wow, dude. Yeah, Mr. Curtis here. He lived at the house with his mother before moving in the 1990s, but he still retained ownership of the house. And Mr. Curtis was living on $261 a week from his state pension and tax credits in a modest warden-assisted flat a few miles away. I've had enough of being in the courts, and as far as I'm concerned, after selling the property in Newbury Park and selling my mother's will, all these matters are now closed. Okay. I saw the house. It was vacant for years. It was falling in on itself, and so I started doing it up. I never robbed anyone. You did by doing up the house. I never did anything wrong. You did by squatting in the house. I saved the house, and I'm very happy I did because it's now being used as a family home. After living in the property for 8 years and becoming its legal owner, squatters' rights. Oh my fucking God. Yep. Squatting was made a criminal offense in 2012. To do it in a residential building can lead to 6 months in prison as well as a $5,000 fine. However, before it was criminalized, squatters could claim ownership of a property by living in it for a certain period of time. All right. So, if the land was unregistered, a trespasser could claim rights to it after 12 years of so-called adverse possession. Yep, he was granted ownership in a high court ruling in 2014. The judge said previous legislation should still apply. Okay. Morse Apple, $2. Go hang out with your in-laws already. No. Titanium, $5. Thank you. Merry Christmas, Dev. Hope you all enjoy the tradition of Chinese takeout tonight. Make sure Dave goes easy on the hard eggnog. He won't. He won't, dude. He won't. Okay, so. All right. So he lived in the property for 8 years and became its legal owner. He then sold it for $540,000 in July 2020 to the Hyatt family, who still live there. The legal battle for the home started in 2012 after Mr. Best submitted an application for adverse possession, under which a trespasser can win rights to somewhere they do not legally own if they demonstrate they had control over the building or land for a considerable period of time. He was initially turned down by the chief land registrar as his claim came just a few weeks after squatting was criminalized. However, it was overruled by the High Court in 2014. Since the previous legislation, when this all started, said it was a civil matter. Okay, so Mr. Best became legal owner of the home. Yep. Under the law, I had a right to make this house mine, so if anybody had a problem with that, they should be angry at the law, not me. I've done everything by the book. Nobody was cheated, and I legally got what was mine. So, it was legal, but it was still fucking bad. And of course, Mr. Curtis, who died at 80 in 2018, he was living... Yep. Okay, so... Oh, his widowed mother, Mrs. Curtis, died without a will, and her son hadn't realized he had to apply to become administrator. Okay. So, yeah. The son didn't know. Mr. Curtis didn't know. That's why this was able to do it, yeah. Anyway, this is fucking wild, dude. Like, this is ridiculous. What a story. Are you allowed to keep... had control of the land? This is a King of the Hill match. Yeah. Fucking hell, dude. Okay. Britain's surging deer population is causing an ecological disaster. I have a solution. Wolves. Reintroduce wolves to the British Isles to take out all the deers. Is that the plan? Wait, I can't read it. No, I'll do it later. Fuck you. Okay. You know what? I don't want to read this. Not only is it a stupid fucking mean... Oh my god, it's so long. Not only is it a stupid fucking meaningless article about some nonsense, I should probably get going soon, shouldn't I?
But that's not a meme, that's a real thing.
What's a real thing?
Introducing a wolf population to kill down the deer. It's a
real
scientific thing.
No, I get it, but like the UK has not had wolves on it for many years now, and they want to keep it that way because it's an island.
Oh, introduce cougars.
Cougars?
Yeah.
I think there already are cougars there, to be honest. Or like some sort of like mountain cat or something.
Boy.
Just hunt and eat the deer. Yeah, exactly. What the fuck? It's venison time, baby. Yeah, man. Naomi, do you like venison?
That's adult deer, right?
It's like deer meat.
I mean, it's okay.
Yeah. Go, Dev. You and Naomi have a Merry Christmas. Artemis stopped donating, so I guess I do have to go. Let's do the last one. Oh, yeah, fucking this shit. If marital rape becomes illegal, will men have no reason to marry? The answer to that is yes. What a dumb... Yeah, here's the thing. So, this did get fact-checked. Dev is not allowed to leave yet. He must be more late. Although the post and headline are not clear, this is in fact a satirical article. It is not intended as a genuine op-ed. Its content is sarcastic. Yeah, this went viral, and it's actually... Like, let's see it. Okay. Yeah. Oh, I gotta unlock the full fucking store. Fuck you. Okay. Let's see if I can get by it. No, stay. $2 from Artemis. Thanks, man. Artemis, you haven't answered the question yet. Are we friends, Artemis? Yes, no. Answer now. A lot of the deer have chronic wasting disease and can't be eaten. What's chronic wasting disease? I don't know what that is. Hunting would require Britt Bonger to have guns. Yeah, that's true. Okay. I got the archive of the article. Hold on a second. It's still not the full article. Okay. I guess you just can't read the full article. I'm not gonna pay for this shit. Miss Sparkles says we are not friends, Dev. Okay, I understand. I'll treat you accordingly. No, Dev, you fatso, says Artemis. Oh, is that what Artemis is saying? I'm looking for his reply. Yeah, I can't even read this one either. Fuck. Okay. All right. Well. All right. I guess that's that. It's a prion disease like mad cow. Oh, that sucks. You probably can't eat. You probably can't eat deers like that. Okay. Artemis. Artemis. It's okay, Dev. We're friends. That's good, my dry bread. Yeah. Hold on. I'm just gonna start spamming. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, dry bread. I lost track of time. Artemis says $5. Bye, Dev. I need to go bother Wick. Merry Christmas. Wait, hold on. Artemis, is Wick streaming? Maybe I'll raid him. Wait, Artemis, you have to answer. Wick isn't streaming on YouTube. Wick isn't streaming on YouTube. It's okay. We'll raid Kibbs then. But Artemis, you have to answer before we go. Artemis. Hold on, I'll DM him too. I'll just DM a bunch as well. The troll. Okay, hold on. Fuck. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna get going. Thanks for all. Wait, is Wick on Wick TV? Like over on Twitch? Is he live there? He's not. Artemis, you fucking liar! Wait, is Morgpie back on Twitch? I thought she got banned. I guess e-thoughts never get banned, do they? Not really. Not really. Not fucking really. Okay, guys, thanks for being here. You've made this year incredible. Let's go raid Kibbs. I want everyone to get ready and start spamming those coffee cups at Kibbs. Get your coffee cups ready. We're gonna go spam. We're gonna go spam at Kibbs. Thanks for everything, guys. Thanks for keeping the channel afloat yet another year. All those things I mentioned at the start of the channel, or the start of the stream, will be happening probably throughout January at some point. And I'm going to be gone for a week, so I'll see you guys next week. I'll do a few videos while I'm gone. However, you're not going to see me on stream or anything until next SIP, I think. So, have a good one, guys. Let's go bug Kibbs. See ya.